Well, it looks like we still have even more surprises to come. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So we have the official OCG times for April. So this confirms in the new block we are still going to be doing OCG times. We're still going to have these important news segments. And, I do kind of agree it would have been crazy for Konami to get away with these to cut these out, because it would, hinder some of what's to come. So this is going to be next Friday morning at 7 a.m. if I recall. So we have a lot of stuff to unfold here. First of all, first question you're probably asking yourself is, why is Pegasus here? Pegasus is not supposed to be getting support until the Revolution Booster. And as most of you know, that Revolution Booster isn't coming out until May. So there's a couple of wild theories here. One, they took Kaiba's support and split it into two factors. There's the idea of we have all the Toon stuff coming over here, but then, what about like Thousand Eyes Restrict and the other cards that Pegasus had access to, because Pegasus played his deck with two different strategies. It was basically the Thousand Eyes Idol and all of that, but then there was the topic of conversation with, could they just have taken the Toon stuff and split it into multiple sets? So that's another topic of conversation here is, we could have multiple Toon cards being spread across other sets, or they could just be porting in the Toon cards and showing us the last two for the Revolution Booster in this set, which is interesting that we're marketing further ahead than usual here with this. But what we're getting with this segment is we have usual guest, Mishiti Kusanagi, Mezon, and so forth, and we have Pegasus on the voice recording here. But we have Mezon's OO announcement. We also have the Duelist Report, the style of battle. We have Guess the Card You Have in Mind, Mind Scan Game, Yu-Gi-Oh! Information, Mission, Solve Factor, Protect the Top Secret Information, and all cards from the Chaos Origin will be revealed. So a couple interesting things here. At the end of this stream, everything from Chaos Origins will be out. So instead of going up until the week of release, Japan's been doing this thing where, the week before the whole set is now out. So that's the way we're going to be doing this. But Mind Scan Game just further confirms Pegasus might actually have Thousand Eyes Restrict support in here. The Duelist Report style of battle, I'm a little bit curious about that. And then, of course, there's this little part right here. Mission. Solve Factor. Protect the Top Secret Information. If this has never been the most spiral inclusion of just telling us we might get spiral cards here, I don't know what to tell you. There is also the discussion for S-Force, I guess, because we've been getting, if you come off the last set, look, we've just been getting alt arts of SP and IP, and they were massively involved with S-Force. But I hope this is spiral support. That'd be some of the coolest shit I could have imagined for a set like this. So I'm a little bit curious with that. Now, let's go to the set list here. So, possibility of a new Thousand Eyes monster. 34 possibly. Could be up on the block for a Thousand Eyes fusion. Quite possibly. It wouldn't be the strangest thing in the world. You've also got effect monster slots along the way. We do have an Exceed, I'm assuming, at 38. 40 and 41 are new Link monsters. That's pretty interesting. And then 58, 59, 61, 62 are spells, and 74, 75, and 79 are traps. Just looking at how these are going. So, you're down to 14 cards as of filming this morning. The possibilities are truly endless for, what we can kind of plug in here. But more Toon cards would not be the craziest thing. I would also love a Thousand Eyes Idol and so forth, retrain. But I feel like you're in such a weird position here with the numberings that might not necessarily happen. I also wanted to see Toon Neos and so forth, but I feel like we're very far away from that possibility. So I did want to pull up some of the market related things here. You know, Toons, you know they're getting support. You also know that Rarity just dropped a full, you know, collector Starlight version of the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon on us. And I mean, like, these Toon sets, $266, LOL. Yeah, no thanks. $220 on, you know, Toon Chaos. That's so crazy. Toon Cannon Soldiers, these are still expensive, man. Like, you're not getting away with that. Toon Table contents are also giga up there. We've already seen that, you know, the state of first ed copies, there's only 3 near mints on the market of this. Yeah, look at this, $1,800. That hasn't changed. All right, it's just like the market on Toon Blue Eyes White Dragon is just crazy. Toon Kingdom's also on the up and up still. Secret Pharaohs rares. And anything that's like a super niche rarity object like, you know, the Toon Kingdom is going to be worth something. It's just how the market is right now. The market takes niche cards and turns them into crazy things. I mean, look at this Toon Dark Magician Girl here, for example. This is the old sneak preview version. All of a sudden, you know, you take a look at this card and you're like, oh, hey, you know, near mints are suddenly worth $45. Like, why though? And I mean, like, this was already an expensive card. I mean, light plays were already $35. So, you know, moving these on up to be even more, it's just not a surprising thing, to say the least. Now, obviously, you know, Toon Dark Magician Girl does have other versions available. Also, you know, some of these old QCRs are starting to bump up. I mean, these are $39 a piece on the Black Luster Soldiers. Your Toon Kingdoms, I will say, now that they did make a new Toon Field spell to kind of, you know, bump out the older one here, you are seeing like $23 a piece on these. Toon Blue Eyes, look at this, man, SRLs. For the reprints are $225. Like, no thanks, man. I'm not going to spend this ridiculous amount of money on this Toon stuff. You can get the Pharaoh common, by the way, for this for $22 for light play. And if you want the Shonen Jump, what is this? The magazine one. These are also pretty expensive still. You can get them for like $30 for light play, but then you jump up. Oh, that's a pretty big price discrepancy. $300+ for the magazine version of this. Why though? Like, I don't get it. Things like the Toon Summon Skull 25th anniversary, these are, you have one cheap listing at 23 and you jump up to 30. Toon Bookmarks are also still in the same state, $45. Toon Page Flips also $46. Like, I really don't know what to tell you when you roll in and you look at some of this stuff, because, you know, in terms of how it's going, like even the Toon Dark Magician, my God, man, $12 for light play? Your Platinum Toon Black Luster Soldier is also $14 and still kind of bumping up here. And Toon Briefcase is also still doing the same stupid thing. This is still a $10 card. And it continues on along the way of escalation. So, I don't know. Toon stuff is going to continue to be a little bit, you know, rusty. Thousand Eyes are strict. Keep in mind, this has been the Hide and Seek Champion of reprints. $20 for the Pharaoh Servant Worldwide release version. 25th Anniversary Ultra, $15. If you did want a OG, I'm curious, how much is a First Ed one of these going to run me now? First Ed. $140, $144. Yeah, no thanks, man. I'm not spending that much money on this. Also, a little reminder here on Spiral cards, in case, you know, they are the one, but these are $29. Master Plans are 32s. These just went up from $5 whole. You know, maybe. I'm actually surprised shitless to see that. That's hilarious. Spiral Vroom Vroom still like $5. Resorts are still $5s, which is, I guess, great. Double Helix Man's still pretty cheap, which is good. Super Agents, they're still very cheap. Drones are also super cheap. At least original prints of the Spiral Master Plan are at least relatively cheap. Like, that's the one thing I will give Spiral cards throughout the years is, you know, the low rarity, like, it's been printed so much into the ground. Like, maybe Spiral Mission Rescues, but, like, you would have to give this deck a pretty major overhaul for it to actually, you know, kind of be a little bit better. Like, they've already got Master Plan, just a broken card, but I'd love to see where this goes. But please, you know, take a second, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in day, guys. patrons. Thank you. Ah!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.